Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.
Oh, my boy Kenny Casanova is in the house with Marcus Mack, the PNC basketball czar. You could also call me the basketball info god if you want. But whatever you want, we got it for you to hear about basketball. I'm actually sitting here, I'm getting our YouTube channel streamed, because I like to do that stuff. I like to make sure that we're being streamed out to the public on as many platforms as I can. But Kenny, obviously, this is an exciting week of basketball. We're seeing a wrap up of the season, and with this, so I was trying to explain this to someone. And they didn't want to quite understand. They were like, "Oh, the NFL is this beast that you can't do anything with." And then, basketball comes after that, and it's like nobody touch it. And I go, but do you understand that it's not just the play on the court? It's the storylines that just generate themselves. Some kind of a way, the NFL and the NBA, these scripts write for them. So what are you talking about, Marcus Mack? What am I talking about? How about the fact that the number one team in the Eastern Conference has just been delivered a massive blow, with it being announced that Cade Cunningham has a collapsed lung, and I mean, what they're talking about? Maybe he might join the team if they make it to the third round. Is that what the best prognosis? That's like the best diagnosis that I've heard so far. Maybe if they're lucky, he plays in the second round. I mean, that's if you defeat your first round opponent without him.
Yeah, man. That's what I've been hearing a couple of things. Like, then you have one announcer that says maybe the end of the season, first round. But I know a collapsed lung don't heal that quick. And I seen the play where he got hurt on. It didn't look good. It didn't look good. It looked like dude landed all his weight on his lungs.
But Kenny, what are we even talking about though? Because see, this is the hypocrisy that comes with the NBA. In one moment, it's like, oh, hey, Jason Tatum, don't risk your career coming back like that just for a championship. Take your time, young man, and get healthy. But now Cade Cunningham, hey, we could probably have him back by the first round. Wow, don't things change when you got a second superstar on the team?
Oh yeah. I'm telling you, that is why I was so afraid of this. I was so afraid of Detroit because of a scenario. This is nightmarish because this is the guy. There's no other guy. There is no other guard that's going to be able to dominate and take over a game and facilitate and be able to run the team like Cade Cunningham. And this is what you run into when you don't have that second wing guy. You needed a second wing guy to run with Cade Cunningham just in case in these situations to hold the fort down, just in case if he got hurt. This is nightmarish for the Pistons. I mean, this is doomsday. This is Armageddon. This is Godzilla coming to town. This is as bad as it gets for them. And a collapsed lung, just because you come back, don't mean you in shape and you healthy. And that's going to be the problem right there. Even when he does get back, how long is it going to take him to get in the basketball shape again? Because he has to ramp back up.
Yeah. No, I mean. That's the thing. I'm sorry. He's not going to be okay. The most intense basketball that you could play, the NBA playoffs, he's going to come back from, this isn't some soft tissue injury that, you might just be able to fight through. This is an organ. This is a massive organ in your body that you suffered a blow. There's no difference in that. I'm saying that a player has suffered brain trauma, if he's got an issue with his heart, Okay, your stomach, intestinal area, these are your organs, your kidneys, your liver. If you got any issues with any of these areas, you're shut down, are you not?
Yeah. Yeah, you're
So
done.
now you're done. So
Yeah.
now, so now, if the Detroit Pistons wasn't the number one seed, let's say they were eighth and coming up, do you think they'd be trying to have him play in these playoffs, or do you think they'd be like, well, you know what? I think we're just best for Cade's career if we just sit him out. You see how the scenario changes because
Yeah,
of
they're
your
not-
seeding.
yes. Yeah.
And I think that that's garbage, because if
Yeah.
you were willing to sit him, if you'd be willing to sit him, because you were the eighth seed in the league or the ninth or the 10th, then why are you trying to justify because you're the number one? You played, you did your best, but you called it, Kenny. They dropped the ball by not doing something at the trade deadline. If there
Yeah.
was any team that should have been trying to get a number two, regardless of what you had, you're number one. You're trying. All your chips need to be going into the table. Now's not the time to say, well, let's see what we can do for next year. This is your year.
Sure, yeah.
You're an upcoming team that's caught the league by surprise, and you had a real chance, especially with Jason Tatum on the mend, Tyrese Halliburton being out, Miami not being what they once were anymore. Milwaukee and Giannis is obviously a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
Cleveland is a team that you could take. They're not a powerhouse. The reason they traded a desperate trade for James Harden. So, you had a real chance to say, hey, let's go find that other guy to run with Cade. What's it going to cost us? If it would have cost Thompson, so
You're going to have to let it up. You got to let it go.
I think that they would have lived with that.
Yeah. Yeah. Especially in this scenario now, like I get vision is, the hindsight and all that kind of stuff. But like I try to tell people, in the NBA, this sort of thing happens sometimes. You get injured. But that's why you got insurance. It's kind of like a car. You don't get you might listen, 99% of the time you're never going to use your car insurance. But that 1% time you won't need it, make sure you got it. And that's where they messed up. They did not have an insurance policy on Cade Cunningham. And that's what's going to
And I think they could have got it. I told Detroit's got assets. Detroit, everybody that's on that team is pretty much homegrown. It isn't like they had to trade for Cade Cunningham or to get Duran on their team or any of the other players that they brought in. Most of these guys have been free agent pickups or draft picks, so they have draft capital and they have money. Because last time I checked, are they even paying Cade Cunningham a max contract? I don't think they are.
Him a little bit. They paid him a little bit. He did get a little paid.
But they didn't max him.
They will though soon. That new CBA is coming out now, man. Them $400 million contracts. It's gonna start being spit out in a minute here.
Yeah. No, they held on to their chips because they felt like, you know what, we're rolling. Why do we have to give up anything? Why do we have to give up any capital? But I think that was a wrong move. I think that it was a bad decision by Bernie Bickerstaff and whoever the GM up there. I don't know the GM anymore. I used to know the GM for Detroit, and I guess I can look it up. But in the meantime, while I'm looking it up, I'm just going to say that I think he made a bad move. I don't agree with that. I don't think that, like you said, you should have had an insurance policy for Cade, and I just think that was a massive ball drop. And now the Pistons are going to pay for it. And now the Pistons are going to pay for dropping the ball. And so I got it out with what we've seen. And even though I know this has been a small sample, and I'm not going to go jumping to some huge declaration just because Tatum has come back. And he is looking like he's starting to fall in place quite easily, quite nicely with a team that was already rolling. So that's convenient, right? And Boston's looking good. Last 4 games, they won 4 games straight, 7-3, looking good with Tatum in the lineup. And he's rounded. I think, people might have said, why not wait to the playoffs? But I think with an injury like this, you don't want to put him in such a high. You want to get his body acclimated slowly. Yeah. And this is exactly what we're talking about with Cade Cunningham, where he's just going to come right into this playoff atmosphere and try to lead a team. I don't see that really working out for him. And the Knicks, I tell you, I don't know how to feel about them. Like I said, it is really going to come down to big Karl Anthony Townsend, Mr. Big Cat. It's going to come down to him. And if he plays like a monster, the Knicks are going to be almost unstoppable, especially now with Cade Cunningham going out. If anybody benefits the most from Cade Cunningham's injury, it is the Knicks, because Detroit is the Knicks' Achilles heel. Let's be honest. Karl Anthony Townsend don't like the bang. He don't like the bang. We know that. He is a big man that don't like the bang. And Detroit is some rough riders, boy. Them boys love to go in the post and battle.
That's why. Yeah, and that's why I think even without Cade Cunningham, I still think the series goes 6. Even if they were to play without Cade, I still think that series goes 6 because of the physicality that's going to still happen. Because they still got physical players. You see what I'm saying? I still think.
So what are you saying that you think the Detroit could beat the Knicks without Cade?
Not beat them. I think they can push them to 6. I do. Yeah. I think they'll push just because you know how it is. You get a couple of home games. The home road players, they always play a little bit better at home than they do on the road. And then the physicality of that game. And all the pressure is going to be on the Knicks in that situation if they play Cade. I mean, if they play the Pistons without Cade, all the pressure's on them. All of it.
I mean, but at the same time, Jalen Brunson's built for it. Like, so I'm not worried. And if anything, Brunson should feast. He should feast with Cade being out. Like I say, it's just going to come down to Big Cat at that point. Like, Big Cat's just got to be something. And the Knicks will easily win it without Cade Cunningham if they had to meet. At this current moment, the way it's looking that they would actually not have to meet unless Detroit and the Knicks got to the conference finals. The way the current seeding is right now, because at the end of the day, they're in the 1-8 bracket. If that were to win, they would take on the 4-5. And then they would face whoever breaks out of the 2-8 and 3-6 and then wins between those two matchups. So in reality, Detroit might not even be there. You know what I'm saying? I mean, like Detroit could get defeated by, depending on who wins the play-in. I mean, could Miami come up out of nowhere, and beat Detroit in a playoff series minus Cade Cunningham? Yeah, they could. Eric Spoelstra's that good of a coach.
I think the Hawks would be scarier. I'm not gonna lie. I've been watching the Hawks. We want to talk about a hot team. What, they won 12 straight? I mean, they're on fire.
So they finally lost.
And they're and them boys is gonna run all day. They gonna run all. I watched them play the other day. They beat on the Magic. They ran them out of the gym. Man, I was just like, the Magic look. They don't even look like a playoff team going against these guys.
Well, the Magic are smoke and mirrors, and they're sitting in 6th. But I'm just telling you, the Magic ain't nothing but a tune-up for their first round opponent. Like all the Magic would be is a tune-up for the Knicks. Like for real. Right now, if the playoffs were to start today, that's what the Magic would be a nice little tune-up for the Knicks to get prepared. That's how that would break. That's how that would break down. And then funny as it is, the Knicks could actually end up playing. The Knicks could potentially end up being on a collision course with Boston before even dealing with a Detroit situation or having to play. Because, like I say, I'm sorry, I don't believe the Detroit Pistons can win a playoff series without Cade Cunningham. They might. No, I don't believe, but could they beat Charlotte without Cade? More than likely. Like, if for some weird reason Charlotte was able to get in the play-in and elevate to be the number 8 seed in the playoffs, Could they beat Philadelphia? Yeah, because Joel Embiid stopped playing basketball eons ago. But like once you start getting, like you say, to that Hawks, that Heat, that'd be a lot tougher. I mean, honestly, if the Magic fell to 8, because all these teams are tied right now with wins, losses. They're one game or tied with each other. So this could flip. This could flip by the end of next week, and the Magic could be the AC just as well as the Raptors. So like we're gonna have to see, but once you start getting into those teams like the Raptors or the Magic, Atlanta, Miami, that's a lot tougher, and I don't see the Pistons being able to beat those teams without their star player. Yeah. We're gonna move over to the other side of the conference in the West. We got to talk about, and I hate because you know what? I'm a Boston boy. I was a Larry Bird guy. I wasn't a Magic guy. I'm sorry to tell everybody I was a Bird guy. I hate to break hearts out there, but yeah, I couldn't stand the Lakers, man. Too much flash for me. You know what I'm saying? I love that trash talking. I'm a Chicago boy. You know what I'm saying? I love that trash talking grittiness, and that's what Boston used to bring, So, and then on top of it, I'm not a LeBron fan at all, and I'll never make any secrets about that. I think the second, maybe third greatest basketball player to ever play, and yeah, I'll hurt some people's feelings with that one for sure, because you could totally debate me on if he's second or third. I'll give it to him and say you're second, but I'm gonna tell you right now, somebody can give a strong debate for Kobe or Kareem, and I'd listen. And so, yeah, I just, I don't want to vibe with this team that's playing excellent. They've won 8 straight. The only team that's won more is the Oklahoma City Thunder with a 10-game winning streak. They're 9-1 in their last 10. The Lakers are looking good. And a lot of people want to talk about Luka. And Luka's looked great. Luka has been doing exactly what they haven't wanted from him. And I'm going to tell you right now, people, I don't get in the nuts and bolts of things because I don't know, but but at the same time, I do have concrete evidence of some things. And I know that Luka went through a lot. That's all the people don't understand. Luka went through a lot from that trade.
Yeah.
To Dallas, to the Lakers, in his personal life. Yes. Not just in his basketball life. In his personal life, he has gone through some stuff. And you know what? I think that, people got to give Luka a little bit of grace because he went through those things. And I think maybe he finally starting to adjust, settle, come into his own in this new life that's in front of him. And he's starting to find himself. But the thing that I got to get credit for, to where I feel like the real change has come, has been in DeAndre Ayton. Yeah. I think DeAndre Ayton has been a big part of this. And if I'm wrong, straighten me out, Kenny.
No, you're not wrong. Listen, DeAndre Ayton finally accepting his role with also LeBron James accepting his role. All that matters. The buy-in matters. JJ has
the buy-in matters. So they wasn't bought into JJ at first, and me and you both know that. They could try to pretend like they were.
No, they weren't.
But me and you both know they weren't bought in on JJ at first.
Yeah, no, they weren't bought in on JJ. Because JJ is very he's Pat Riley in this way. He comes off very abrasive, really.
He's a former basketball player, just like Pat Riley. So he's gonna be very curt with you.
Yeah. So the passion's there, and so it can rub you in the wrong way sometimes. But JJ has a goal in mind, and he understands the way that he needs to navigate the team to get through it. But now I'm a Laker fan. We got buy-in now. That is a great thing. I wanted to see the buy-in. I'm gonna tell you this. Luka Doncic right now is pressing. He ain't gonna catch Shea because he started a little too late. But I'm telling you right now, he gonna push Shea for that award. He gonna do everything in his power to try to get that MVP award.
You think there's a shot?
I don't think he'll get it. I think he'll push. I think it'll be a good second. Put it like that. He'll be a good second, but it's Shay's the win. We know how this going. We know how it's going. It's Shay's the win, which is fine.
Well, like I say, I feel like this. If you're not gonna make the kid the face of the NBA, that's fine. But give him his accolades. Don't take those away from him. Don't take those away from him. If you're not gonna make Shea the face of the NBA, that's cool. I mean, I ain't gonna get mad at you. But what I will say though is that he deserves some flowers for the okay. However it wants to be played out, going to the free throw line, all that. You know what? The guy plays the game the way you're supposed to play the game in terms of he's not out there being a jerk to people. He seems to be an excellent teammate. His teammates seem to love him. He seems to be a model citizen and a perfect poster child for a franchise and the face of a franchise. So, you know what? If you don't want to make him the face of the NBA because he does play that Tim Duncan style, that boring basketball, let's call it what it is. That's fine, but don't take his awards away from him. You know what? He's the best. He's been the best player on the court in the league for the last 2 years. You can't take that away from him because Luka Doncic has finally gotten over the personal issues that he was going through and all the stress, and has decided that, I want to play basketball again. Shay's been doing it all season.
Yeah, I feel as though there's been a lot of the media coverage on Luka has been really bad this year, like PR wise.
So you don't think it's been fair?
Yeah, and I think a lot of it hasn't been, because I think a lot of it sometimes comes from a place of, he's this chucker, he chucks the ball, he does this.
Kenny, was he in shape to start the season?
Yeah, I feel like he was in shape. Now, when he came back,
what?
You didn't think he was in shape? I thought Luka was going to play. Listen, this was not beer belly Luka that came into the season. I remember beer belly Luka.
Okay, fair enough.
He was down.
He wasn't beer belly Luka.
Give him a chance. He had to come down from that, and then this whole custody situation, which we won't touch or get into. That's personal, but he has a whole lot of outside stuff that's going on right now.
You know what's going on. We're not going to talk. That's not for us to talk about. But me and you both know he dealt with a lot of stuff.
He had a lot of stuff outside of basketball. But the fact that he's honing in and saying, "Let me lock in," and he's locked in. And the thing about Luka, he's been leading the league all year. As bad as everybody think he's been playing, he's been leading the league all year in points per game all year. All year. He's been third in the season.
He's been solid. He's been a solid basketball player.
He's been all year. I think he just right now taking it to another level. So we're watching this kid and we're like, oh no, you don't necessarily want to play them in a 7-game series and let him get that many bites at the apple.
See, that's what I say. That's why I said I feel like DeAndre Ayton is so important.
Correct.
So teams are going to key in on him. I think that LeBron does run out of gas a lot of times in the playoffs because of his age now, and you can't depend on him to just have these dominant moments where he's just going to take over a series. He can't do that. He might be able to take over a game for you, but he can't take over a series anymore. And so, they're gonna need not just Luka. They're gonna need Aiden to play with. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, and this is real talking. If the Lakers play Denver Nuggets, the Denver and Minnesota are tied right now. So, like I said, this season's wrapping up here real soon. We're gonna see who's the pretenders and the contenders. Everything's starting to come out. I think right now, Oklahoma's 55-15. That's that's 70 right there. Yeah, that's 70.
Yeah,
70. So we got 82. So we got 12 games left.
About 12 games left. Yeah, about 12 games left. So, next week we're going to have a little bit more of a clear idea, because at that point we're going to be really like in the home stretch. Just a few games left at that point. And I don't think the Lakers could beat the Nuggets. I think if the Lakers met the Joker in the playoffs, the Joker would exit their behinds unless DeAndre Ayton comes with some crazy game. I actually like our matchup against Denver. Reason being is Luka's the only one that can match Jokic when it comes to triple double. He's the only one that can match him, and that's and then them two gonna cancel out each other. Now Murray is actually the key to that whole series. If Murray shows up, then we're gonna have a tough series with them because I think
he's the enigma. He's the enigma, bro. That's
what I'm saying. Yes, that guy there.
That guy there, boy. In the regular season, he's like the most average dude in the NBA. But all of a sudden in the playoffs, the dude is like some wizard. He's matching people shot for shot, making crazy passes and big plays. So, yeah, you can never. You got a great point there. If Jamal Murray shows, it's a whole different ball game.
It's going to be a problem. But that's why Austin Reeves, you want $250 million? Go show me why we should pay you $250 million. That's what he wants. That's the blank check he wants. Oh, yeah. Show me that second.
He earns that money. If this is where he earns that money. Like people have been pushing the narrative of him as this number 3, and I've been fighting it. I've been saying I don't know about that. I don't know about Austin Reeves. We're gonna find out because this playoff, you best believe they are going to need him. They, like I told you, they cannot lean on a 41-year-old LeBron James to try to win a series. He can get you a game, and that's all you're gonna ask for from the old guy. Okay, he comes into a series and he gets you one game. That means all the rest of the team has got to do is win 3.
Yeah,
if LeBron can get you 1.
If you can get one from him,
the rest of the team has got to get 3. And this is what Austin Reeves is going. And I'm not sold on him, Ken. I'm not sold on him. So we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out big time because if he wants to get paid, he's gonna have to help carry along with Luka, and then let LeBron just come in and sprinkle a little magic here, sprinkle a little magic there, and then they can make some noise. But at the end of the day, Kenny, me and you both know they're no match for San Antonio and Oklahoma.
I'll say this: they're no match for Oklahoma City. I won't say San Antonio. I got to see it in the playoffs. That's the only thing. I have to see it.
Is it just because of the youth? Is it just because of the youth?
I agree with you on the Spurs from the perspective of, man, they've been playing well all year, but we all seen this before. A young team, they get in there in that playoffs and they look like deer in headlights because it's a different game. All they guys are very young. Now, having De'Aaron Fox matters for sure. Having Harrison Barnes is going to matter for sure because these are guys who've been in playoff situations. Harrison Barnes is a champion. So you got that going in your favor, but your best player is inexperienced in the playoffs. Say, give him a check.
You got a lot of you bring up hard hitting facts there, and you know you when it comes to playoff basketball, veteran play matters. But I'm just sorry that I don't. I mean, if Wemby goes off, there's no one on the Lakers that can stop Wemby.
Oh no.
On the flip side of it, though, there are players on the San Antonio Spurs that can slow Luka down. Definitely can slow a 41-year-old LeBron James down, and most definitely can slow an Austin Reeves down. Now, can they slow them all down collectively? Like you say,
I don't think so. I think that's going to be the problem. I think that would be their issue is you may get one, but you're not getting all 3 of them. Not in no game. Nah, somebody's getting, and that's why Reeves got to play like he's been playing. You averaging 25 to 28 now. Get that in the playoffs. I need that in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Don't drop down to 19, 20. We don't need that. So
no, that's real tough. No, I mean, like I say, I'm looking at this and I am impressed, and the Lakers are performing, and realistically, this is why they traded for Luka Doncic, right?
Oh, yeah.
They didn't trade for Luka to be 6 in the West or 7 in the West. Let's just be real about that. That they did not trade for him for that. They traded for him so that they could be one of the upper echelon teams in the Western Conference and trying to fight and play for a championship. I will give the Lakers this. I definitely think they could defeat Houston if they had to face them for whatever reason. And I believe that any of the other teams, Golden State, Clippers, Portland, Phoenix, would be no problem for them.
Yeah.
Minnesota?
Minnesota's
we're gonna have to talk about that next time because we're getting ready to wrap this show. But we're gonna have to talk. That's a whole nother
We may
Minnesota high, you know. Okay. So
we may have to extend 15 minutes on the show, man.
yeah.
And man, it's getting 30 minutes might not be enough.
Yes. Well, you know what, man? Hey, we're going to come back again next week. We're going to get it kicked off. We're going to talk about who we're excited to see in the playoffs. And we definitely going to probably talk about some more about what's happening with these top 10 because obviously everything is, you know, like I said, at that point, we're going to be putting a bow on it. So we're going to have a big understanding about what's going to be happening, what this playoff picture is going to look like next week. So I'm excited. Make sure you join me and my boy Casanova again every Saturday here on Prime Cover Sports Network at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, and 4 p.m. out on the West Coast. This is Prime Time Hoops. We're out.
Peace.
Yeah, hey, drop.
Prime Coverage Sports Network. Real coverage, real conversation.